That was Unshatter by Linkin Park. Now I'm just going to quickly run you through how I constructed the tone for this video. It's, as you may have guessed, listening to the song, it's a very simplistic preset. There's not a whole lot to explain here, so it's going to be a very quick run through. We've got a noise gate on here. I'm just using the on-chain input noise gate here. Moderate reduction, 57.3% to clean it up because, as you see, we're going to be adding quite a bit of gain in here. So I did try a few different overdrives in here. At first I tried the rodent drive, but it didn't have that mid-range push that I needed. So I ultimately defaulted to the Tube Screamer in the end, the green 808. Any Tube Screamer-esque pedal that you have, if you're not using the quad Cortex, would do this, a Maxon or whatever. I set the overdrive pretty high on this one because I could hear it has quite a bit of grit to it. It's a very mid-heavy, gritty song. So overdrive at 7, tone left at 5, pushing the level quite high at 8. I didn't want to go any higher than that. For the amp, I'm using, of course, Marshall JCM 800 on here, the Brit 2203. Any sort of British amp will do this if you don't have a JCM 800, if you're not using the quad Cortex. But you'll see the gain is pretty dimed on here. It's 9. I didn't go to 10 because I didn't want it to get muddy. The master's at 8 because I wanted it to be nice and loud. The bass is pulled back to 4 just so it wasn't so muddy because we want more of the mids and the trebles. So the mid is quite high at 7.5. I could have pushed that even higher, but I opted to keep it there because of the Tube Screamer. Then we have the treble at 7. The presence, I pulled back just a little bit. It's very negligible, but it does make a difference, I found, with the tone. Now, onto the cabinet, I'm just using a 412 Marshall cabinet here. Now, any Marshall cabinet, if you don't have the quad Cortex, will do this. I moved the position a little bit closer to the center so I could get more of that aggressive bite on there. I left the 160 as it is, but this settings here with the positioning of the microphone, it just kind of got me that more, I guess, rock sounding tone that this song has, that really clear mid-range aggression. There's not a whole lot of low end in this song. It's very, very mid-heavy. So on here, I also did a high pass at 80 just to clear out the low end. I could have pushed it up a little bit more, but I found 80 was just a sweet spot. And then I did a low pass at 7,800. 8K would suffice as well. If you don't have the ability to do EQ on the cabinet because you're using a different modeler, just add it afterwards and do it. Same thing. That just cleans things up. It removes some of the high-end hiss. And it doesn't cut out the mid-range or anything like that, which is what we really want. And that is the preset. So this is up on the cloud if you have a quad Cortex for you to use. But if you're using a different modeler, let me know. I'd love to know if these settings you're able to copy and get a similar tone. Lastly, as well, this song is in, I don't think it's in standard tuning. I learned it in standard tuning, but some of the chords in there, I was like, oh, this would be easier if it was maybe in, D standard or whatever. Something I think they play in a lower tuning, but you can play this in standard tuning, as you saw. And that's pretty much it. I was using a guitar with active pickups, as I mentioned in the description, and that's it. Thank you for watching.